Hello, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. It is me, Dukect here, live. Once again, a little late, but hey, it's a couple minutes late. Here, live, once again on TalkShoe.com, here for you for the next Dukect Lounge. And boy, we got a big one here. We got some good stuff here. We're gonna talk a little wrestling a little later on, because hey, I know y'all love to see about it. You saw the title of this, all that good stuff. And I'm going to get you, I'm teasing you later about my ideas of what's going to happen in my world. Because it was, sorry, a little bit of stuff here. Hopefully you didn't hear that. But anyway, hey, it's this world, the one and all. Because, hey, there is something, we're going to talk a little something right now. We're going to do some really good stuff. Anyway, well, let's talk a little movies deals, because supposedly, what is going on here? Well, because there's going to be a little movies news, and I know it's about, I talk about the Game Awards, because personally, I don't care about the Game Awards. I don't watch video games. I don't watch any award show, because I don't care about the award show. I don't care. I moved on from award shows, But yeah. Anyway, I'm going to be talking about my little thing here. Is that according to some big things here, a variety story, there's going to be a big shakeups in movie news, in the comic book movie world. That going to Warner Brothers. This is an interesting little thing here. That they're going to have a real rethink of the DC movies. It looks like they're going through a huge course correction, which I think was going to happen anyway, because of the disappointing critic stuff with Batman v. So when they were doing that, because of supposedly what's going on with, they brought in Jeff Johns. I think there are going to be some, they are going to, I think there's, some really things. There's going to be according to the Variety story, which is going to come out right here, links in the description. There are going to be huge shakeups here. And supposedly, here it is, some Hollywood backstory for you. From Variety News, and links will be in the description. It says, John Berg, the current job running comic books film division, will be leaving. According to Knowledge Studio plans, a search is underway for his replacement. Berg will be instead become a production partner with Roy Lee, the producer of the Lego Movie and It, who has a deal on the lot. This is from the Variety .com. Link will be in the description by the by Brett Lang, the article. He said Warner's is expecting to name a new person to run on DC films. Jeff Johns, who has partnered with Berg on much of the creative direction of the movies, is expected to continue serving as DC's entertainment chief creative officer. Johns, who reports to DC President Diane Nelson, works in areas such as television, and has written various episodes for DC-inspired shows, publishing, and consumer products. In addition to his contribution to the films, going forward, his work on films may evolve and could be more advisory in nature. That's basically very interesting. That means that he's going to be in more of a. He's not going to be taking any type of be more involved in the films. He's just gonna be like an advisory role, saying, "Okay, is this gonna be like the to the characters?" He's not gonna be a hands-on creator like a Kevin Feige. But it sucks for Jeff Johns, but I think this might be best for him. Who knows? Even though he's gonna have a big hand in writing the script for Aquaman that's coming out later on this year. We saw some pictures today, which, for the women gaze, looking basically Aquaman, basically doing his best Roman Reigns cosplay. All that's missing is him basically carrying the Intercontinental title like a backpack, and bam, there it is. But yeah. So I think it's gonna be good. A lot of people. I mean, James Wan. Hey, he has done some really good work. I mean, his James Wan had some good work in his previous films. He did. I think. Let's see. Let me look at his filmography and such. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's look at all the filmography. He did. He was the main person behind the Saw. I mean, he was the director of the first Saw, and Rit was co-writer for Saw 1. He was executive producer on Saw 2, Saw 3, and wrote the story as well. Saw 3, he was that Dead Silence. Saw 4, executive producer. He was the executive producer for the rest of the Saw franchise. He was director of Insidious, The Conjuring, Insidious Chapter 2, Annabelle, producer of that, and he was director of Furious 7, which I really enjoyed. After all the drama and such, that movie could have ended up worse as it could have been. Let's be honest. What happened with what happened to Paul Walker and such, and that could have really derailed the film. That could have derailed the entire film right there into that. If it would have been a complete bomb in situation, I'm like, hey, what he was going to do. But sadly, he said, okay, we're going to do this. And the way he did it, the way he directed and such, he did a great job of making this type of. He really did a great job here. In Conjuring 2, he was not only director but producer, but also a co-screenwriter. And Conjuring 2 did. He did again. He knows horror. He knows very good stuff, and he has done. Like I said, he is a primary horror director. He is now, and with Aquaman, he actually this is interesting that he's co-written with Geoff Johns. So this is going to be really interesting on how Aquaman is going to do. So it's going to be something really good. Yeah, I think it's going to be, because right there it's going to be, the Underworld World is because he's like, doing a lot of stuff underwater. It's going to be very interesting to see. So yeah, it's going to be released in December of 2018. So this is going to be interesting to have a December release. So what's going to be a good, it looks like they're going to have I think they have a big trailer when SDC, San Diego Comic-Con comes around. So I think this is going to be a really interesting film. The way, if it does work, which I think it will, that it's going to be Geoff Johns and Wan. If this does do well, ladies and gentlemen, this could bring Geoff Johns back into the fold a bit, as expand his advisory role and put him back in that position. But who knows? But that's just what's saying right now. Things and probably feature his Green Lantern movie quicker and effectively, and such, because I think he will be really good as well. Anyway, back into the report, the article right here. These people also say that that Warner Brothers group president Tony Emmerich, he is going to weighing the idea of further integrating DC's film operations into the studio's main movie arm. That would entail putting the divisions under the same roof rather than having DC remain in a separate building on the lot. So let's just say Marvel, which is owned by Disney, does operate its comic book film division autonomously, but other studios such as Fox and Sony produce their superhero films under the studio banner. And the overhaul is going to happen next month. I mean, that's going to be in January. So this could be a total shift. I think this is going to be more, it took a hit. Warner Bros. Took a hit with Justice League, which it looks like very unhappy performance. But it will probably get at least 500. I think it will barely get to 600 million, which is depressing. But yet, it will offset because you have really big hits. The studio have really big success with Wonder Woman, Dunkirk, and It, which I guarantee you Dunkirk will be winning Best Picture in the Oscars, so they're gonna have that to fall back on. Or heck, even rumors of Wonder Woman being nominated for best movie and such for Oscar. Who knows? I never seen anything about awards nowadays and such because you never know. I don't think they're gonna do anything with that. Heck, she wasn't really going to do something about this whole. I think they are they going to have are they going to have any more stuff? Because they're going to have. There was a lot. They've won Critics' Choice Awards and so you don't know. They might, but it looks like they're not going to have that winning and such. Because her winning the Oscar is not going to happen anytime soon. But you never know. But it looks like she's I think it's been a really highly successful. I think she's going to. I see because again, this was over $821 million of what Wonder Woman. This was a huge success. So I think Warner Brothers and DC will be just fine. But this is going to be something really interesting because Zack Snyder and his. I didn't mind Zack Snyder. I liked him, but I think it was too much a difference. So they're going to have a huge course correct. And then what happened after his daughter, Zack Snyder's daughter, who sadly took her own life during the production of Batman v Superman. During Justice, not that, but during the production of Justice League. They were doing Justice League, and then Zack Snyder's daughter, had her, the unfortunate incident that happened with her. She committed suicide. Snyder just left the production, and it went a ton of reshoots with Josh Whedon to punish out the dialogue and such, which is this is probably this on the article. So, but also. I think Zack Snyder is still producing, by the way. So he's not have any more plans to produce Snyder to direct any DC movies. He is producing Wonder Woman 2 and Aquaman. And Warner Brothers continues to have production deal with Snyder, so it's possible he can direct additional films for the studio. So he's not going to be, he's not blacklisted, He's not going to be, he wrote a bad movie and such, man. I mean, seriously. And he had a lot of crazy stuff happen to his personal life. I don't think he should be banned from ever being a bad director ever again. All right? Seriously. I think he has talent being, I think he does a good job. He is a great visual director, which sadly, in some cases, I look at some directors, they are not, because for all of his faults, and there are some faults with Zack Snyder, I think he loves slow motion way too much. But he gets that film is a medium, and he has a very distinct style on his own. He has an interesting and fun type of style that brings colors and all these type of stuff in this when he needs to. That's what I believe he can do, and I believe he can do that. So Zack Snyder, give him opportunity. I think he is a really good director, and people need to back off him, man. I think he's a good director. I think he really is, and I think hopefully. I think he deserves a better fate. And I don't know what he's going to do next, but I think he will land on his feet soon enough. If nothing else, the man knows how to shoot scenes, which is quite sadly, you never know. Heck, I would not be surprised if Marvel calls him up and do something like that. So, I think, he will probably do some other stuff, so don't worry. And by the way, if you have time, go watch Legend of the Guardians, Owls of Gahu. Seriously, this was actually really good, man. Seriously, that was a good movie. Go check that out. Trust me, he's really good. That was a good movie. A lot better than Watchmen, which I did not like. That's seriously, because he had Dawn of the Dead was good, 300 was great, Legend of Gold Love, Man of Steel was good, and Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice I thought was okay, and he was a guest director of Suicide Squad, and Wonder Woman he was a producer and writer. So yeah, I think this was I think he can do really good stuff. So give him a. People don't need to hate on him. Hopefully they'll leave him alone. Leave Zack Snyder alone. Anyway, but also another big news: Ben Affleck is going to appear as Batman in the standalone Flash movie, but he will look like he is not going to be in the Cape and Cow for the Matt Reeves planned standalone Batman movie. And wow, and this was again, I mean, shocking. But the way he's been acting lately, I think this is the best way to do it because I think Ben Affleck is in a very, he's not. I think he needs to go away for a while because a lot of people, with all the crazy stuff that's going on and all the, with all the negativity and everything, the best thing they could do with Ben, I think Ben Affleck needs to, all the crazy stuff that's going on with Ben Affleck, all this, his the accusations of sexual assault and everything else. He needs to he needs to go away for a while. Just go away for a while, sit back, maybe do some little bit, not directing or anything else. Just go away for a while, hang out with his family for like 2 or 3 years. Wait till the heat dies down. Don't go back to the bottle, which hopefully he doesn't. He goes away 2 or 3 years, have a tearful apology and such, and it'll come back stronger. And as for the Batman, I don't know who'd you put Matt Reeves, because Matt Reeves is a great director, man. Even though the last Planet of the Apes movie wasn't that, it was really deceptive. Which, by the way, I love the fact that movie took out Spider-Man Homecoming. Knocked that thing out of first place. I mean, wow. And I didn't even see much. That movie theater was locked up. I'm like, what happened? I know I didn't like Spider-Man Homecoming. I thought it was pretty bad. But, there were some good parts of it, but it could have been so much better. But I thought that would be at least number one. I mean, let's be real. The whole Planet of the Apes franchise is come on. Planet of the Apes is basically a reboot. It's a reboot sequel going to the Planet of the Apes series. It's just, and somehow that knocked off Spider-Man Homecoming, which was the big thing with Spider-Man coming back to the MCU and everything else. He's back, he's great, and then it was knocked out. Thanks to China. Y'all, they better thank they be praying like, well, thank the Lord China's came around. You know what I'm saying? For Spider-Man Homecoming. And sadly, Batman v Superman, that can't help them either. So, but I think that a new direction, sadly this happens, but hopefully maybe he can stuck by for producing credit. And you never know who who should be the next Batman? Jake Gyllenhaal. I don't know who, someone like that. Let's see. Who was the dude who's favorite player? Oh, maybe Ryan Gosling. Let's see, maybe Ryan Gosling. Maybe. You never know. Let's see. Oh, Ryan Gosling. People say Jake Gyllenhaal. You never know. So yeah, I think this could be very interesting. So why not? I think that could be a really good. I think it'd be a decent Batman. So yeah. And then again, it wouldn't be the first time we had another Batman coming quickly afterwards. Heck, after Val Kilmer bounced after, it was weird, Batman just bouncing around in the 90s versus Michael Keaton. Then you got Michael Keaton first thing. Then you got Michael Keaton. Then you have Michael Keaton. After Michael Keaton, you got like Val Kilmer. Then after Val Kilmer, you got George Clooney, and that just messed everything up. Wow, but that's just, the odd things, really is. But, I think this could be something. They're going to do something more, so they're going to do something. Yeah. Here's hoping that, here's hoping that, here's hoping Justice League and all this stuff, and hopefully, they, the people behind it, they start I think I think the Aquaman's gonna be surprised. People are gonna be really surprised how good Aquaman is. People sleep on James Wan. I think they're both Jeff Johns. They're gonna knock it out of the park. But hey, who knows? But who know? Here's hoping that they get everything right, and hopefully they will leave the studio. Warner Brothers will leave them alone. Hopefully that's the thing. Hopefully they realize what's going on, and hopefully they will get some course correction. That's what you gotta do. Hopefully, hopefully that they can fix everything else and do. But anyway, who knows? Who knows? And we're going to take a small little break, and hopefully you are still with us, because after this, we're going to talk a little about Jason Jordan's, back to wrestling, because we're going to talk about Jason Jordan and EC3, and see how these people are connected, and everything else. Or maybe I'm just crazy. Anyway, we're going to take a small little break, and we'll be right back, and before we leave, we're going to listen to some music. Let's listen to some, how about Super Mario? Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's listen to some Super Mario RPG. Welcome to the Stars from OCRemix.com. Go listen to OC Remix. They have great music, and you will love them as I do. So let's take a look and listen to some The Floor is Lava, Barrel Volcano by Daz Mons. Well, I'm hoping I'm pronouncing your name right, sir. Or ma'am, or whatever. That person's name's right. Okay, you listen to this. Listen to the Floor is Lava here on the Dukect Lounge, live on TalkShoe.com. We'll be right back right after this. Are back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. It is me, Dukect T, and thank you so much for listening to me here live on the Dukect Lounge on TalkShoe.com. Remember, if you want to, want to, call in and talk to the man, Mr. Legend himself. Remember, the phone number is 724-444-7444. Once again, the number is 724-444-7444. And the call ID connecting me, Dukect T, is 92417. Once again, the call ID is 92417. If you're not listening live, how dare you? You can find my stuff on youtube.com/DukecT, manexpression.com, manexpression.com, freakingawesomenetwork.com, minds.com. I would say VidMe, but VidMe is now dead, so you're not going to see my stuff on there VidMe any longer. So I will be putting my stuff there. Don't worry, I'll find other places. YouTube is fine, my Dukect Lounge and such. And as for my last viewer standing, which don't worry, I am going to be writing and stuff, busy writing for the next, the next review, which is going to be my. Let's see, what was it going to be? Oh yes, it is going to be on the last pay per view of Impact Wrestling, Bound for Glory 2017. I'll hopefully get that done next week after finals, and after that, we're going to be getting into some other good stuff. Christmas cheer, and then the season finale will be War Games. That's the ticket. That's the slate. Hopefully, I can get there and be on the dates. And don't worry, I will have. I will post this up on. People say, "Oh, what you convince me? What are you gonna do?" Well, Daily Motion. You can saw my stuff on Daily Motion. And if Daily Motion ain't gonna be the one to house my stuff, I have Rumble.com. Or worst to worst, I have Google Drive. I will find other places to post my content. Do not worry about me, people. I will be all right. All right. All right. Anyway, let us get back to. Oh yeah, by the way, I just saw Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom trailer. Man, that looks stupid. Seriously. Wow. The dinosaurs are dying from a volcano. And y'all going to save them because reasons. Seriously. And they say Hollywood doesn't have any new ideas anymore. Just don't know anything anymore. They just don't know. So anyway, let's talk about Monday Night Raw. Let's WWE some wrestling, people, so you don't get all scared. It's all scarred and everything else. We're going to be talking a little about it. And the first step which we're going to talk about is Jason Jordan. Well, like I said, I was a fan of him, and I honestly thought his career was pretty much done. His face turn. If they would have continued his face turn, it would have probably killed it off. But now, where he's been doing this subtle heel stuff, begging his daddy to do what he wants, his cafe daddy, Kurt Angle. And now things are going to get a little bit interesting. Now, I put this right here in the title stream, is Jason Jordan the EC3 of the WWE? And I think he could be. I think he can look at that form of him becoming this entitled dude. And he is slowing this type of format that he's bigger and better because his family is. An overinflated ego that he has all the talent in the world but doesn't need to show it because he's, the general manager's dad. I am the Kurt Angle's, son, so I can do whatever I want. And now it seems to be something you could do that with. And even though he loses, I think that's kind of hurt, but yet it's slowly morphing him to that. I say put him in the Continental title feud with him, Samoa Joe, and Roman Reigns, and have him beat. People say, "Oh, Joe should win it." Like, yeah, eventually. I say let him win at WrestleMania. First off, have Joe turn him face, because at this point, the crowd wants to cheer for him. They're not cheering Roman. They're definitely not cheering Jason Jordan. They don't care about him. So just turn Jason Jordan heel, which they're going to do, and have Joe turn face. Be like, yeah, I'm a badass face. They want to cheer him. So let the people cheer for him. Let the crowd dictate who they want to cheer for. That sort of thing. And then have him, and then you have Jason Jordan doing all this type of stuff like Joe, Roman, and everything else. He wins the title, holds the title out for Royal Rumble, and he says, "Oh yeah," and Roman Reigns and it's how busy Brock Lesnar and stuff, him winning the Royal Rumble and such. But the Intercontinental Championship is held by Jason Jordan, and Joe finally looks like at what is it, Fastlane or No Way Out, whatever they have for that pay-per-view, the Elimination Chamber on Monday Night Raw or whatever. He's holding the Intercontinental title, and then everything else, and it looks like he's going to finally get his revenge. Not so fast. Lars, the big dude from NXT, comes up, takes down Samoa Joe, and helps him helps him, have that big tough guy right next to Jason Jordan. Says yes, and hey, Kurt Angle, and just kind of be like Kurt Angle, wanting to protect him or not wanting to do all this type of stuff, worried about him, and he has this high protective aura and such. That sort of thing. Like, I'm untouchable, and you have to have Joe go through all this type of stuff to finally get his championship opportunity, and it happens at WrestleMania. He goes through everyone, and then he chokes out Jason Jordan, beats him down, and he becomes the new Intercontinental Champion. You have a new heel, and then you have the heel team just become more desperate, attacking Joe and everything else, and they keep doing that, and then have them go. Both of them get traded off to SmackDown later on. You have them both basically be. You can have Jason Jordan be this unretentive heel-like character, like I am Kurt Angle's, like this Jason Angle. Just be this so arrogant type of person. And if you want to keep going through this arrogance and such, to really, get Kurt on the side, have him like drop and stuff like this, smack him in the face or something, or do the angles like the Olympic Slam. It says, just basically disown him at WrestleMania, so they have to lose the Intercontinental title. If you want to do that, go on that route, which would be interesting if you want to go that route and something like that. But if you don't, you have him traded to SmackDown or whatever, or you could do the same thing, but have him still traded or anything else to SmackDown, and then have him and his boy Lars with him, and just have him continue trying to say I'm better than everyone else on SmackDown. Yes, I know I'm cribbing to both Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens stuff, but whatever, I don't care. You have Jason Jordan, weasel his way to winning the WWE Championship. Have him weasel away to win the WWE title and be like, yes, I am your WWE Champion, and mocking and everything else. Have him be like that prickish Shawn Michaels, like I said, EC3, that upper class. Like, God dang it, he's such a bastard, but he actually is pretty decent in the ring and such. And he has this nice charisma that you love to hate him and such, which I think you can push him to this role. You can push him into that role and make some actual points and such. And heck, when he's actually over and people start to like him and such, and has, some good charisma and everything, then you can push him as a babyface. I think you can. I think you can do that later on if they're smart. Or, which I think will happen, he will turn heel, and then by the week 3, by January, like 20, the third Raw in January before the Royal Rumble, crowds are going to start cheering Jason Jordan, ironically, because he's a heel now. Because Lord knows they don't care about that. I would not be surprised if that happens. Yeah, some people are like, oh, that's not going to happen. Yes, it will. And y'all going to be like, what the heck happened? How did this happen, people? It did happen. And you know why it happened? It's because the WWE doesn't know how to make, to make the heels so cool that they become baby faces, and the baby faces turn them to be heels, because they're so boring and uninteresting and not really something to watch. I mean, then again, that same thing happened to Dean Ambrose and such, because Lord knows Dean Ambrose was. I mean, I think that basically that interview that Stone Cold Steve Austin podcast, I was 30 minutes into it, and I was like, I want to leave. This podcast, this was terrible. I mean, wow. I've never seen a podcast like that just die to death. And trust me, I've done this podcast stuff for many a moon here, ladies and gentlemen. And let me tell you, that podcast, woo, boy, Dean Ambrose is boring as hell. And that basically destroyed any chance of him being a major star in my eyes. Just, and the people don't really care for them either. Well, but that's just my thing. And I, once again, could be wrong. But, this stuff happens. But anyway. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a great show. I think, by the way, before I head out, EC3, Jason Jordan can be EC3. I think he can. I think it will be something really good and something really positive for him if he goes through this direction. But that's just my personal opinion. Anyway, this is Duke CT here. Thank you so much for watching and listening here on the Duke CT Lounge. As always, you can find my stuff on youtube.com/DukeCT. You can also find this stuff on ManicExpression.com and on FreakinAwesomeNetwork.com as well. And on Minds.com as well. And you can post more on Minds. And on Facebook.com/DukeCT Productions. Anyway, thanks so much for watching and listening. It's Duke CT here. Peace and love. I'll see y'all when I see y'all later.